You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
What's up, guys? Another episode of The Clean Truth. Today, we are recording in our new office. It's pretty cool to be here. We moved offices across town. We got a new warehouse and everything, so it's pretty cool. If this is the first time you're listening, welcome. You can check us out on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. Today, what are we talking about today?
Whether or not couples should work together.
Okay.
Do you think couples should work together?
So this is what I'm going to do. As you can tell, my lovely wife is back with us. She will be making regular appearances on here from now on, just because I like you and I like working together.
Oh, I see how you did that.
See what I did there?
I did, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to let her take a little bit of control over this episode, and she's got notes and she's prepared, so I'm going to let her lead the conversation, and I'm going to give her shit this time.
Well, so to start off, do you think couples should work together? Do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, I do. It takes a very special breed to be able to pull off what we pull off every day. I don't think it's for the average person, no.
So, like with us, we have a lot of stories we could tell, like with us working together. We have fought in the cafes. We have thrown things at each other. We've
done other things in the cafe too.
Not in Wilmington. Well, when you work all those long hours, you have to, make use of the downtime. All right. So you do think couples should work together, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think there's a couple factors that go into it. I think it's, one, what they're doing.
Well, the internet says that couples who work together have a higher divorce rate.
I don't believe that.
I know.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. We could probably go into a couple
Let's
of those.
get into your notes here.
Okay.
Because
all right. So I was kind of doing, and, like for those who are maybe thinking about doing, something together with their spouse or boyfriend, I think if you're married, it works out a little bit because you guys, it's a 50-50 split at that point, right? So before we were married, I don't know what the laws are with how you would have to divide that up. But now that we're married, 50% of the business is mine, 50% is you. So that, right?
how do I answer this?
Anyway, that's how it is. So I was looking and I thought if couples are going to work together, then they probably should set rules, which we kind of have some rules set with our relationship.
We have rules,
right?
we just don't follow them.
Well,
cell phones, computers.
So our rules is that we try to set boundaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we haven't done this in the last year because I've been kind of at one store, you've been at the other store. So we really haven't had that to do. But when we were working together at Racine, we try to set our boundaries, don't you think?
Yeah.
Do you know how we did that? Or can you regulate, remember?
I don't really remember how we said it when we were in the same store together. We just kind of stayed out. You had your thing you took care of, and we had our own lane, same thing we do now. You had the things that you took care of, and I had the things that I took care of. Which
I think for girls or females, that us staying in our lane is is really hard. So I would say that was probably the biggest. I'm going to read a couple more things that I was kind of researching and stuff. But staying in my lane is probably the hardest thing for me because when I look at your lane, it looks like you have a lot of fun. I'm just going to say your path.
That's because I'm good at time management.
That's not true.
You're not.
That's not true.
So I have time to screw off. I get my important things done and I'm done.
All right. So here's my other lane issue, because if you have all that extra time to screw off and my lane is completely full with boulders and bricks and everything else, would you not think that you would want to come over and help me clear my lane?
Eat my dust, lady.
Are you serious?
No.
So just so that we know that, okay, so I had this huge issue the other day because I can't remember, what were we doing? We were out of town, remember, for the whole weekend, something, da-da-da. got back on a Monday, and Mondays are our crazy days. So we got off the plane, went to our cafe, right? And so there was like no time to regroup from the weekend, right? So Tuesday, I had to go back to the cafe because of the results of Monday. We end up firing an employee. And so Tuesday, there was no staff. So I end up going to the other store to work all day. So I was there from open to close, right? Do you remember what you did that day?
I do.
Do you want to tell the audience what you did that day?
Make it look like I'm a little kid, like I did something wrong.
I just want them to hear your side of the story before I let them know my side of the story. So I'm giving you the benefit.
I was done working at 5. I went home and trained and made you dinner. I did make you dinner. You had dinner when you came home.
What else did you do?
Hey guys, just real quick, I don't mean to interrupt you. We are moving into a new office, so you could probably hear some construction in the background, but just kind of ignore that and listen to Red's sexy, soothy voice.
So I think that was almost like a detour of the question I just asked you. What else did you do that day? Do you want me to help you?
I guess. Refresh my memory.
So you went and cleaned your car?
Oh, yeah. But the car wash is right next to the bank. So I had a lot of banking to do. So I went to the bank. I did my banking. When I left, I was like, hey, my car's dirty.
But
Drove
it wasn't
through the car wash. You act like I sat out there and got a tan.
No, but you vacuumed and you arm rolled. So that had to be at least an hour.
I was there literally 15 minutes.
Okay. Then your car looked really good for 15 minutes. I'm just letting you know.
Good.
Then you come home and we took 2 suitcases, but there was only 1 suitcase left in the bedroom.
Okay. Now, in my defense, my suitcase is gym shorts, 1 pair of shoes, some dirty underwear, and socks. So I can literally unzip it, dump it in the laundry. You've got makeup bags, you've got hair products, you've got all kinds of stuff in yours. I don't touch your stuff.
So he didn't unpack my luggage. He left my luggage full. Then he proceeded to do only his laundry that we came home with.
Listen, we're doing a podcast here. We're not.
I know. Oh, so I have a point to all this. So I'm pissed because I didn't get home from the cafe until like 7:45 because I'm closing line cooking, right? I walk in, this dude, he looks like refreshed. I look like a bag of shit. So the laundry started with his laundry.
No, it did not.
Oh, it did. This is my side of the story. You had plenty of time to tell yours.
It's fabricated.
No. So the laundry's going, which is only his clothes. My bag is still packed. Yes, I do remember dinner now, but it was a bag of salad with a chicken breast that I brought home from the cafe that you plunked on top of it.
You didn't have to make it, did you? It was plated?
No, I'm just saying what you've
go?
done. So my point to this is I went to bed pissed that night, right? So we have a life coach. So I'm thinking, okay, this is where, ladies, you have got to stay in your lane and you cannot bring this back to the work that day. But I'm driving to work and I'm mad. I'm like, how am I going to handle this? So I called my life coach and she's like, you know, Evonne, did you ask him why he did that? And I'm like, why should I have to ask you why you do that stuff? I'm like, no. I'm just assuming that he's selfish asshole. And that's the reason why he did that, because who else would do that kind of stuff? Because if I was home and I got home early, I would had taken care of your luggage. You know, I probably wouldn't have gone to the car wash.
Let me play out for you what would have happened had I unzipped your suitcase and got all of your shit out and went and put it just wherever. You want me to play this out for you? You would have been like, that doesn't go in the wash machine. You're not supposed to wash that. Why did you put my makeup in this drawer? It goes in this drawer. I don't touch your stuff.
You could have texted and asked me if there was anything in there that didn't need to go.
You wouldn't have answered because you were working.
So my whole point to this whole conversation, which it kind of got a little drawn out, was that, okay, so I asked you, I'm like, so why would you only do that? And then you just basically told me it did not, ever occur to you to do it. You were just getting the stuff done off your list. So it wasn't like you were intentionally trying to be a douche. You were just basically chucking off your wonder list.
I was.
Yeah. So then, ladies, you can't be mad at him because he really is just doing his efficiency, right? But so I have learned over the past 8 years to kind of, I'm not saying I do this all the time, but don't laugh, but to like kind of calm down. And your path is different than my path. And even though I think that your path is so much more fun and exciting and you get to fuck off all the time, that it's really not like that. Because I think in relation, if you work together, I think the person who's always on the other side always feels that they work harder than the other person. Do you ever feel that way? Do you ever feel like you work harder than me?
No. I don't think that way.
It's just common human nature.
I'm not stubborn.
Well, I'm not saying that, but it's always like...
This was a bad topic to do for a podcast.
No. It's getting better.
The answer to your question, no.
No. But we have a really good work relationship. I'm just saying that we've grown. So my point is, if couples are going to work together, then they need to set boundaries. So we shouldn't be carrying our arguments over to the workplace because it does affect the work, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all. So it also says that we should schedule date nights. Do we ever have date nights?
Yeah, we do.
We do. But we work.
They're a little few and far between now because everything was going on, but we do.
Yeah. But we still talk about work. And that's another thing that they said was that you should, create that space. Like we should not be talking about work on our date night. But it seems like we always are talking about work, but we like what we do. So
I have a different opinion on that.
So what's yours?
So I think our situation specifically is a little bit different because, number one, we like what we do. So I'm not saying we don't have anything else to talk about, but I think if you're an entrepreneur and you're building a business or whatever you're trying to build, there's that creative,
like energy, I guess.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So like if you and I are sitting at home and we're watching TV, it happens all the time, and I don't think it's a bad thing. Sometimes it gets a little redundant if one of us is crabby because we don't want to think about it. We're just trying to shut down. But most of the time, we'll pause the TV and go, hey, I've been thinking about this. What do you think about this? And it's not really, I don't really think it's working. There's a difference between actually doing something for work and then having a creative idea and talking about it and it relating to your business and in your job.
Well, the only thing I think with that, us taking that home is like we've been trying to make this rule of no electronics after 8:30.
Right.
Yeah. It's not
I'm
good.
pointing at you like it's your fault.
I know. Well, he falls asleep on the couch. So then I feel that, if it's 9:00 and you're asleep, then I should be able to do what I want to do. And if that's me getting on the computer and working, then that's right? Because you're not up to talk to me. So
sleeping, I don't give a damn.
And then, then you wake up and you're like, there's no cell phones after a computer after 8:30. So we try to follow that rule.
That's if I'm trying to talk to you.
Sometimes.
Because you have a bad habit of, I will say something to you. You'll literally not even hear a word that comes out of my mouth. And then 20 seconds later, what did you say?
I know. I'm sorry. So it says you should respect your coworkers too.
Respect our coworkers? I think we do.
Yeah. And couples we shouldn't make out in front of them is what I think they're saying.
Oh.
Do you think it makes them uncomfortable if you throw rice at me in front of them?
Well, isn't that what we tell them?
Well, yeah, we bicker. We're both kind of Italian, and I'm redhead. If those of you guys who don't know, but
we bicker a lot. But we
bicker.
always tell everybody it's not serious until you see shit flying across the room. Then you better clock out and go take a break.
We've only done that twice.
We've only done that twice.
Yeah,
twice in
one was
8
rice.
years. That's pretty good.
Yeah, one was rice. Like Don threw an entire bus tub of rice at me. So that was, I was so mad. And the only thing I could think of was that we were due for a health department. And I'm like, if we get points taken off for rice being in corners, you are so dead. Like, do you remember that?
What was the other one?
I threw the wrap at you across the room. I hit you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Square in the back. He walked away from me and I had a wrap in my hand. I just chucked it right. Hit him square in the neck. But the employees, they kind of laughed at that. I think they laughed more when we throw stuff than when we bicker back and forth. But yeah. So the other one was communicate. Like, I guess we're supposed to communicate, But should we we didn't in the beginning. Like the fights would carry over and we never, but now we're pretty good. We've matured through the years of business, right?
Yeah, I think you're not going to work together if you don't communicate.
The other one was a relationship check. Like, you check in on your relationship. So I guess we never had this problem because I like spending time with you. I mean, even like this last year, I don't look like that. So this last year, like we've been separated. So you've been in one store, I've been in the other store. And it's probably been the hardest year that we've had together because we're not together. Now, I am just going to say, I know this is going on tape, but it's probably because I can't control what you're doing down there. And that's probably the worst part is because I don't know what you're doing and I want to know what you're doing.
No comment.
I know that's true, isn't it?
I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
What else you got, lady?
It says that you need an exit strategy.
What?
Yeah. I didn't know what that meant. Exit strategy. Like, I guess if the relationship at the work does not, or, one of us needs to go do another career, which no, I know what you're thinking right now.
What?
You're like, oh, it's not working out for me. I need to go play baseball. Weren't you?
No.
You're going to come up with a comment.
If you need an exit strategy, then don't do it in the first place. That's kind of dumb.
I think because some people look in the inside and they think it looks exciting and, all that. And, once you like we've had friends who've came to try to run the cafe, like if we're going out of town and they just like completely fought the entire time. And they're like, we don't know how you guys do this. Like, I was ready to kill him, so I guess if you would say like somebody bought our franchise, and they wanted to be like me and you and run the whole store together, which we do have some of the couples like that. I don't think
couples working together, this isn't something you can outline. You either have it or you don't. I don't. Are we trying to figure out like guidelines? Is that what?
No, I was just like trying to tell people like how our relationship works in the cafe. Like these are things that we do that we don't know that we did, but I was just kind of researching it. Yeah. All right. So are you done on this topic?
No, keep going.
Okay. So my other thing is if couples should work out together. So maybe they're not working together as a job, but do you feel that couples should work out together?
Maybe swole mates.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's where I picked up your punk ass is in the gym. Yeah, I think it's good.
I think I'm kind of like, I think
you have to have your own
pros and cons on this.
Yeah. I think it's good to throw in the mix here and there, but, obviously if somebody has different goals or.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to say, because
sometimes you just want to go put some headphones on and not be around anybody and just train.
I think the pros are because if you both have that passion for the gym, then, one couple is not, or one, I guess, spouse is not staying at home while the other one's going to the gym. Like, I think there's we have some of our couple friends that do that. Like, somebody wants to go to the gym. Someone's mad because, they want them to stay home. And like, why do you have to go to the gym all the time? That. So I think if you're both going to the gym at the same time, then that eliminates a fight.
I can see that.
Yeah. So also.
Damn, we need an award then because we've got the trifecta. We work together, train together, live together. That's a three-headed snake.
So on the other pro of that too, I think if both of the couples know each other's goals, like that helps too. Yeah. So, like two couples, like one's all healthy and the other one's eating, fast food. So I think that kind of.
Or if one has somebody trying to lose weight and they're there for encouragement.
Yeah. I think if the couples help each other stay on track.
Yeah.
And also like if I see you working out at the gym, that's kind of hot. And I think that kind of like, I like to smell your pheromones and your sweat and all that, right?
My sweaty ass armpits?
Well, why you got to take it there? Like, no, just like sweat. Like it looks, I don't know, you're all sweaty in the gym, like looks hot. Do you think it increases sex drive for couples to work out together?
I think it does naturally, but
I think when we first got together, you didn't like the sweat, remember?
No.
No. So now what? Now do you?
No.
What?
No, I mean,
So you're saying that
where are you going with this question, first of all? How do I
So
keep
you're
it PG, lady?
So you're saying I get in the car and I'm all sweaty. You just think that's like disgusting, and you wouldn't like.
Well, of course I don't think it's disgusting, but
So you're saying you
it's definitely not a turn on.
Really?
No.
Huh? So you would make me shower, like say it's just that moment. You would make me go home and shower before we did anything.
Here we go. I knew it was going down this road. I don't know. Depend on the moment.
Donald Varady.
If I ran a 5K right after the gym and got in a car.
First of all, you running a 5K would probably
bad
never
example.
happen.
Bad example.
But yeah, do something else. I'm just saying, if you were in the car or leaving the gym and you just say leg day and you're all sweaty, like, and it's that moment, like, yeah, I'd have to go for it. I can't believe you think like that.
Sweaty balls and everything, huh?
Gross.
Just let it eat.
All
Okay,
right.
now that changed it. All right, what else you got?
I don't know. So I guess it's less arguing, right? So if you're both working out together, I think that you get all your aggression out at the gym, right?
Well, I think when we train together, we don't even speak,
yeah, we don't talk.
which is pretty good. We kind of speak hand language, like.
Yeah.
Cool.
We don't have time to talk. Like we're in there to get our stuff done and headphones in. And yeah, we don't do that. So, okay, let's like flip on that with the couples that make out in the gym.
Gross.
Yeah. But those are the couples that probably shouldn't work out together.
No, they're soulmates.
So that would be a con. If you are making out in the gym, like it's just not right. It'd be should not work out. What about the couples who they dress alike at the gym?
Like matching outfits?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's gym swag.
That's not, you make fun of
No, I'm
those.
kidding.
Okay. I was like, you're not being honest.
I wouldn't make fun of them, though. Hey.
What about the guy who's lifting the girl's weight and the girl is the one who's adding the weight?
I feel sorry for that fella. She's got more testosterone than
So
he
I guess
does.
if their goals are not the same, then they probably shouldn't work out together.
No, I don't think any of that. All that stuff doesn't matter.
No? So you just say work out?
Yeah.
Do you think
If
girls...
they're happy and they're together, let them work out together. Who cares what they're wearing or what they're lifting?
I
They're
guess.
bonding.
True. I guess that's true.
Hmm.
So you're saying couples should work together and should work out together. You agree with all that?
I just think that it depends on the people and the situation. I don't think there's a way to determine it. You either do it and it works, or you either do it and then you learn real quick that it ain't working. I don't know if there's a way you can judge it beforehand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think you have to give it a try.
I mean, trying to figure out how to explain this. So, I mean, we've had franchisees come to us, that we're husband and wife. And we've had to explain this to them. Like, some of these guys were pretty close to us and pretty good friends of ours. And they say how bad they want to do what we're doing. And they're interested in running a restaurant because they see us do it. And just having that conversation with them and say, look, we make this look easy because it comes natural to us. You can't force that. You can't make that happen.
True.
But I think the question of whether they should or shouldn't work together, I don't think you can answer it. I think you do it and it works, or you're going to find out real quick if it doesn't work.
So where do you see us in 5 years? You see us still working together?
I would rather not be working in 5 years.
What? We love what we do.
Yeah.
We're not ready to retire in 5 years.
5 years, 45? That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you how old you're going to be in 5 years?
No. Thanks. All right. So you got anything else on this topic?
No, I mean, I guess to end it on a note, to whether or not you should or shouldn't work with your spouse, do it, man. Just do it. If it works, great. You're going to have to set your own boundaries. The boundaries that we were sitting here joking about and going back and forth. Those are just things that Evonne and I have done over time we didn't sit down with a pad and paper and go, okay, this is how we're going to do this. We just naturally did it over time. I don't think you can you can't lay down a blueprint for that. So, if it's something that you're wanting to do it. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then find something else to do. It's that simple. Same thing with training. If you want to go train with your wife, take her to the gym and train with her. If it sucks, be honest with her. I wouldn't lie to her.
Yeah, I think that's the most important is be honest.
Just say, look,
communicate.
It's hard to train with you. I can't do it. And I've done that with you, when we were dieting and competing. I think when we were competing, though, that's the opposite. So when we were competing, it was easier to train together because we were on the same time framed regimen and it worked. But when we weren't, in our off season, or if one of us was dieting and the other one wasn't, that's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Because, the nutrition and the food is different. So I would go and train and then have to kill a big meal or do something, and you're eating Tic Tacs and licking stamps, and you're looking at me like I'm an asshole because I'm eating a big fat burrito in your face after I train. It doesn't work. So, I don't think it's, I don't know. I think it just,
per case.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
well, I like working with you.
I think it's fun sometimes.
At least you're honest.
No, I'm kidding. It's great. All right, guys. Well, I hope you got something out of that, whether it's a laugh or, if you're thinking about whether or not you want to work or train with your spouse. Those are some funny guidelines. You can look in the mirror and answer those questions, or, I don't know, look at each other and answer those questions. But
grow stronger together.
All right. But thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time.